The new version of the winner's curse includes the original anomalies Richard began exploring in the 80s, but also new research examining whether the old ideas hold up today.
Really, how this has held up in terms of the empirical robustness of the results. Have these results been replicated? Do they show up in the real world? Like, the original results were largely, with some exceptions, in lab experiments with college students, relatively small samples in some cases. And, we've had 40 years, there's been hundreds of replications. Where are we now? So part of the book, and we emphasize this throughout, is we went ahead and we replicated all the studies ourselves. The findings are really robust. Everything replicates, everything has been replicated.
The anomalies the book explores are all about the surprising ways humans act differently from what's known as the standard economic model, the model of rational behavior that both Vulcans and economists tend to expect from us.
The standard economic model is really that people, or as economists call them, agents, solve problems by optimizing. So what route did you take to get to your office today? You took the best route. Why are you doing this podcast? Because it's the best possible use of your time. That plus markets. That is what distinguishes economics from psychology, say.
And so this idea of these agents that are optimized in the best way, interacting in these markets, produce a certain kind of view of what people tended to do when making these decisions. And that's what's often been called Homo economicus. Give me the Homo economicus 101. What do we think this guy is out there doing?
Homo economicus is a rational agent who obeys principles of rationality. So they have rational expectations. They don't have any memory issues. They don't have any sorts of biases of what's out there in the real world. They're fully rational. They take these beliefs as inputs, and then they optimize. They make the best decision given their correct beliefs about the world.
We should add that these agents are also selfish jerks, so they don't really care about anybody else, possibly members of their family, though possibly not, and they also have no self-control problems. So no need for any weight loss drugs. In this world, everybody weighs just the right amount.
No AA, no alcoholics. Nobody gets addicted to drugs unless they really want to.
And no need to worry about saving for retirement. People will do that because otherwise they're going to starve when they're old.
Of course, you're saying all this stuff quite facetiously because real people don't tend to do this. We are in a world with AA and weight loss drugs and people who haven't saved for retirement. And these are the kinds of anomalies that you pointed out in your book, these cases where you looked and you said, hey, people are supposed to be obeying the standard economic model and they're just not. And so what does that mean for human psychology? And maybe how can we avoid these anomalies, especially in cases where they're kind of hurting us and messing us up? And so that's what I want to go through today. I want to go through my favorite of your anomalies that you cover in the book, 6 of these. But anomaly number 1 that I love is the anomaly that the book is named for, the so-called winner's curse. So Alex, tell me what the winner's curse is with the famous jar example showing this anomaly.
Yeah, so imagine you go into a bar with a jar of coins. The jar has a certain amount of money in it. And then you tell everybody at the bar, look, whoever bids the most for this jar gets the jar and all the money that's in the jar. What's the winner's curse? Pretty simple. The person who wins the jar will end up losing money, in the sense that their bid is going to be higher than the amount of money that's in the jar. So they'll get the jar, they go home, they take all the money out, they're like,